focus on Africa lately. Ghana's longest-serving leader, Flight Lieutenant General John Rawlings, has died at the age of 73. He died of an undisclosed illness on Thursday, November 12, 2020 in Accra. His death comes only a few weeks after he buried his mother, who died at the age of 101. Born of a Scottish father and a Ghanaian mother, J.J. Rawlings burst onto the political scene as a young, brash revolutionary in 1979. After staging 2 coups d'etats, he became a civilian leader until the year 2000, when he handed over power to John Kufuor. He is famous or infamous, depending on who you talk to, for executing 3 former military leaders and several military generals by a firing squad during his junta. They were accused of corruption. Controversial to boot, J.J. Rawlings splits heads in Ghana. Some love him just for his charisma. Others hate him for the excesses of his military regime, including the killing in 1982 of 3 High Court judges and a retired military officer. Yet others accuse him of not using his 2 decades in office to any great effect. One thing cannot be taken away from him though. His rural electrification project contributed a lot to giving Ghana one of the highest electricity access rates in sub-Saharan Africa. Thanks for your time, family. See you again soon.
When I became an Air Force pilot, I had the opportunity to travel around the country. That's when I saw there is a big difference between those of us living in the cities and the mass people who feed us living in the rural areas. When we emerged into political office, you know something? Electricity used to be limited to only 27% of the country. In the shortest possible time, we were able to, with Italian assistance, we were able to extend electricity from 27 to almost 87% of the rest of the country. We were able to extend roads. The infrastructure was improved every part of the country. I mean, it was beautiful. I mean, the energy now goes to every part of the village. Children can now go to school and can learn at night, so that my children living in the city will not have an advantage over that child in the village. My child has no superior, was not born with anything superior than that child in the village. But so long as that child in the village is denied and deprived of electricity to learn at night and good water, etc., my child in the city will always have the advantage over the ones in the rural areas. I've been to school where rural students were doing better with the passage of time than those of us in the cities. Please, I know the potential of humanity. So when you're talking about the effects of some of these things, sometimes, you know, these superpowers must learn to accommodate and to live and to accept patriotic leadership, patriotic citizens. Too often, they're happier with people who are not patriots. But you in Europe, excuse me, don't get angry, you never seem to know the role that some of your bad businessmen, you have good businessmen, and I respect them, but some of your bad businessmen are always doing bad things on our continent, and it's our people who suffer. This kind of thing must stop. Your governments must begin to wake up to help us, to help to police and to maintain the integrity of economic policies and economic practices in my country.
Kwame Nkrumah was not perfect, and I may be one of the most critical people about certain aspects of his government. But I will never deny him nor any man the praise for outstanding achievements, and for Dr. Nkrumah in particular, the things that made him a great figure in history.